My deep secret is, my girlfriend cheated on me and had a miscarriage 2 weeks later. I wish I could say I handled things better, but I didn't. I lost all control of myself when I found out, and I let my anger take over. The pain of betrayal hit me so hard that I couldn't think straight, and now, I can't help but wonder, did I push her too far? Did I make things worse? It all started when her ex reached out to me. At first I thought it was some sick joke. Why would he contact me? What did he have to gain from it? But when he sent the screenshots, text after text, photo after photo, I felt my whole world crash. She had been talking to him the whole time. While I was out working, making plans for our future, she was sending him messages, flirty messages, dirty messages, messages that made my stomach turn. I confronted her that night. I was shaking, my chest tight with anger. "You lied to me?" I said, throwing my phone on the table. She stared at the screen, her face pale. "Where did you get this?" "It doesn't matter where I got it. Explain." Tears welled up in her eyes, but I didn't care. I needed the truth. "I never meant for it to happen," she whispered. "It was just texting. I never actually—" "You cheated," I snapped. "Don't downplay it. You cheated." She broke down crying, but my sympathy was gone. I said things I shouldn't have, hurtful things I regret. But in that moment, I wanted her to feel the pain I felt. I wanted her to hurt like I was hurting. The next few days were hell. I harassed her about it nonstop, throwing insults at her, making her feel guilty for every single word she had sent to him. I called her a liar, a manipulator, a disgusting excuse for a partner. I made sure she knew she had broken me, and it worked. I could see it in her eyes. The guilt ate her alive. She stopped eating. She stopped sleeping. She barely spoke. Then one night, she looked at me and said, "I think I might be pregnant." I felt like the air had been knocked out of me. Pregnant? After all of this? I didn't even know how to react. We got a test the next day. Positive. I stared at it, my mind racing. Was it mine? Did she even know? "I never slept with him," she said, reading my mind. "I swear, I would never do that." But could I believe her? I didn't know what to do. Part of me wanted to be happy. This was supposed to be my first child. But another part of me still felt betrayed. For the next week, I distanced myself. I told her I needed time to think, but I could see the pain in her eyes. She thought I was punishing her. Maybe I was. Then, 2 weeks after the argument, it happened. She called me in the middle of the night, sobbing. "I'm bleeding," she choked out. "It won't stop." I rushed to her place, my heart in my throat. She was curled up on the bathroom floor, shaking, her face twisted in pain. "I think I'm losing the baby," she whispered. We went to the hospital, but there was nothing they could do. I held her hand as she cried, but I felt numb. Was this my fault? Had I pushed her too far? Had my words, my anger, my cruelty been too much for her to handle? We stayed together after that, but things were never the same. I tried to comfort her, but the love felt forced, like we were just going through the motions. I wanted to fix things, but deep down, I knew I was the reason she had broken. Weeks passed and I started to pull away. I couldn't decide if I still wanted her, if I could ever forgive her, and she noticed. "You're dragging me along," she said one night. "You don't love me anymore, do you?" I didn't know what to say, so I said nothing. That silence was the final blow. Eventually, we went our separate ways, but something inside me still lingered. A voice telling me I had messed up, that maybe, just maybe, we could have worked things out. That if I had just controlled my anger, if I had handled things differently, maybe we wouldn't have lost everything. Last week I reached out to her. I wanted to see if the spark was still there, if we could rebuild what we lost. She hesitated, just like I had. But then she said the words that shattered me. "I can't do this," she whispered. "I can't forgive what you said to me, no matter how much I wish I could." I felt my heart sink. She was gone for good, and I had no one to blame but myself. Now I sit here, haunted by my own actions. The things I said, the pain I caused, the way I let my emotions control me. I keep replaying it over and over, wishing I could go back and do things differently. Maybe she wasn't perfect. Maybe she made a mistake. But maybe, just maybe, she didn't deserve what I did to her. And maybe, if I had been a better man, I wouldn't have lost everything.